It's time now to start building a trellis system to help hold up some of these tomato plants, and soon will be the cucumbers.
In the gardening section, you'll find many options for your trellis system, from metal stakes to cages and pre-made trellis systems. And even though you can use them year after year, most of them are quite expensive.
Now what I did is I went to the hardware store and I bought these 1x2 furring strips. These come in 8-foot lengths and you can cut them to any size you want to, and then I shaped the bottom to help drive them into the ground. Now these are much cheaper than your typical support that you'll find in the gardening section in your hardware store. These are only $2 a piece. Okay, now that I've got my stakes driven, I'm going to put up some plastic fencing. Now this is, as you can see, you can get it at any hardware store basically, and since it's plastic, you can reuse it year after year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to staple it to these posts, and then I'll have a trellis system that the cucumbers, tomatoes, squash, beans, any climbing vegetable can attach to.
Now the next thing I did was nailed some strips along the tops of each post. And the next thing was to tighten up the plastic mesh by stapling it along the top of the posts. Then I started tying up the tomato plants.
Now you can see the plastic mesh here. It's going to give some support to all the tomato plants, cucumbers, squash, beans. Simple system, but it's very effective and relatively cheap.
And here you can see how the tendrils of the beans and the cucumbers attach to the wire mesh. And that's how you build a cheap, simple, and effective trellis system for your garden.